Hello everybody, thank you so much for visiting our Riders United YouTube channel. Today I have a quick episode on Harley Museum, and this museum is located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Luckily enough, I'm living pretty close by to this beautiful place. So today is a beautiful sunny day. It's about 80 degrees, 85 degrees, so I thought it would be perfect day to just go and visit. So stick around and I will show you a little bit of the Harley-Davidson Museum in Milwaukee, and I think it's definitely the place to visit, so here we go. So we are going to Harley-Davidson Museum in Milwaukee. We decided to take back roads. It's about 2 hours away from my place. So I thought that I will record a few shots from the museum, so maybe people that are watching from different countries or from states really far away can enjoy a little bit of the history of Harley-Davidson. I have to say, we are visiting this place with my wife almost every year. It's just a close enough destination, and it's something to just really see something new. Sometimes they will put the brand new models for the current year up there that you can see and try, so I thought it will be something really nice to show. They also have a little store called Shop actually, and they have like a really nice memorabilia that they are selling to the enthusiast of Harley-Davidson. So the best day to visit the museum is actually Thursday, since there is a meetup of the local motorcyclists that are coming to the museum on Thursday late afternoon, and there is a little hanging around up there, and I have to say I visit this little hang around on Thursday, and it was really nice. So those are basically local bikers coming together and just having good fun, and they have beautiful motorcycles, and there is always good opportunity to take a nice picture and see what's going on up there. And today is actually Sunday, so I won't be able to show this fun, but I hope that you guys will enjoy just a short video from the museum and see some of the history of Harley-Davidson over the years. Hopefully I will be able to show a few nice shots for you guys. So I know that I have watchers in Australia, in Europe, and of course all over United States. So I realize this is sometimes not easy to get to the museum to see everything, and I thought it will be maybe interesting video to show everybody. And I have to say, this museum was built a few years ago. I don't exactly remember when it was, but probably 10 years ago. I mean, it's fairly new building, and yeah, that was really nice. So this is the place that is definitely worth to visit if you are a motorcycle enthusiast. And as I was even telling my wife one day, this is a really nice place to visit even if you are not riding the motorcycle, just as a general point of interest to kind of see history and kind of learn about the motorcycles a little bit. So there are really nice exhibits up there, and like I said, even if you don't enjoy motorcycles at all and you don't ride, it's still a really nice place to visit. Little stop at the gas station with my wifey. Say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, we're just gonna get some gas, and we are probably about like 30 minutes away from the museum. So yeah, we're gonna just chill out for a second, get some gas, use the restroom, and keep on going. We got a little bit of gas, and let's keep on going. across the river, grates, and on the right side you will see the Harley-Davidson Museum. Here we go. There is nice parking for the motorcycles only, so this is a really nice gesture from Harley-Davidson, that you don't have to really worry about the parking too much. And there is the shop on the right, which is a little gift shop with all the knickknacks and some souvenirs, and also the motor restaurant. Alright, I think there is a nice spot in here. So as you can see, this is a really beautiful building. On the right side we can see the store, and here is a banner for the Thursday bike night, which is this gathering of the enthusiasts of the motorcycling that I mentioned. And here's the entrance to the museum in here, and beautiful parking lot up there, so a lot of space for visitors to park their bikes. And as you can see, this is Sunday morning when I was there, and motor restaurant in here, and just another cool shot from the parking lot. Here you can see the shed where everything started. So as you can see, this is really tiny shed. It's 15 by 10 feet, and there is a little bit of the history of the shed that you can read, and pause the video if you like. And we'll be entering the museum in the second. This is the entrance. So this is the entry area. You can buy the tickets here. The tickets are about 20 bucks. If you prefer audio tour, a little bit more, but I think well worth it. So we are going to the upper section of the museum, and in here you will be able to see some of the displays of the patches from Harley owners group from all over the world, and also throughout the United States. You probably can find your chapter, or at least the patch from your country, and this was really nice. And in here it's awards that was won by somebody for their bike, and this is the entry area in here. Harley did a really nice job to putting some of the history of the company on the walls when you are visiting the museum, so you can read about it and kind of get a little bit of extra information. And in here you can see bikes from the beginning of the era for Harley-Davidson, and here are the founding fathers of the company. So there is a lot of memorabilia related to the opening of the business, and some drawings, some blueprints, and of course in here is Harley-Davidson serial number 1, which is definitely the iconic bike, and Harley did a really nice job restoring this bike. It looks a little bit more like a bicycle with the engine, but yes, this is definitely something to see, and it shows all these beautiful details that was done to the bike during this really early manufacturing. And here is some more details about the serial number 1,
and some of the marketing materials, and also some of the designs, which I personally found like really interesting. And those are early era bikes manufactured on the really beginning of the company. And this is really nice how Harley-Davidson organized this museum in here. And you can see a lot of history on the walls again, and some of the banners and shields from really early days of Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Those were mainly for the dealers to display. And in here is one of the first V-twin manufactured by Harley-Davidson, which is kind of the trademark that we recognize this motorcycle by. And in here you can see also some of the posters, some of the marketing materials again, and of course a lot of interesting information included up there. So as you can see, big changes, hard time. So this part of the museum is a little bit more related to the Big Depression era. So in early 30s, Harley-Davidson, of course, was part of this streamlined design like many other companies. They try to make these products a little bit better looking, a little bit more efficient. And of course, Harley-Davidson was no different. And as you can see, some of these early motorcycles were kind of one color, so everything was kind of really solid colors, nothing really special about it. And later on, Harley-Davidson, especially during this depression time when they have a hard time to sell those motorcycles, decide to change this approach and kind of build those bikes with a little bit nicer design and little nice custom cues that we can see on the modern bikes. And we kind of recognize Harley as this custom motorcycle, and it kind of start around like mid 30s. And here is of course some of this toy design that Harley was kind of involved with. And in here is the perfect example of the bike from like 1932, and as you can see, everything is kind of the same color, kind of really design that was not really catching our interest. But later on we'll see that Harley actually updated this quite a bit. Here's the perfect example of this update by Harley-Davidson, just customizing those bikes a little bit, adding different colors and really nice badges to the tank and mixing things up a little bit, which actually is supposed to attract the new customers, especially during this really tough times of the Great Depression that hit America quite hard. And yeah, I think Harley did a really great job with that. And in here you can see the police bike from 1936. So Harley also partnered up with a lot of government agencies, and in here we can see police motorcycle that was really heavily equipped with extra stuff added to it. And as you can see, it's even having the extinguisher on the side. And I have to say, this was a really cool bike to see. And yes, this was a really nice example how Harley can actually accommodate their bikes. Here you can see a bike from 1942, which was kind of the prototype for the army to evaluate. This bike actually didn't go to the production, and here it's XA42, and as you can see, this is boxer engine, really unique Harley-Davidson. They tried to copy BMW at the same time, and yes, this didn't work out, but we all know WLA, which was really successful bike for Harley-Davidson. They manufactured over 90,000 of those motorcycles as far as I know, and those were heavily modified as well. And as you can see, there are some custom badges for the soldiers to kind of learn about how to maintain those bikes in this difficult time. There was a lot of accessories that were also available in order to make sure that the soldiers have everything that they need when they were using those bikes. So this is a perfect example of that in here. This is one of my favorite parts of the museum, is actually showing different designs and color scheme for the tanks and motorcycles that were built by Harley Davidson. A really beautiful sight to see, the whole wall of different tanks with the different badges, colors and everything. And here this part of the museum is related to the racing and sports. So this was mainly related to board racing and also the hill climbing. Those motorcycles were modified in order to race on these wooden tracks that were really popular in the early days. And hill climbing was something really cool to see. There is a lot of beautiful pictures and kind of videos showing those early sports of Harley Davidson climbing those hills. So that was really interesting to see, and those machines were like really advanced and heavily modified in order to do that. So in here memorabilia related to that as well. What you can see in here is part of the museum that is more of like an educational part of the museum, so you can learn how the engine works, and it also shows the history of the different designs that Harley released as far as like engine builds. So this was a really nice interesting part for somebody that would like to understand mechanics of the motorcycle and how everything works. And as you can see, different engines from different times, and in here is the models of the engine that are actually showing how everything functions. Harley always do a great job to kind of show the newest engine there as well. And this is the part of the museum that leads to the archives, and this is where the bikes are being built, modified or restored. And now we are going to the lower part of the museum that was more related to more of the current era of the motorcycle and what Harley was manufacturing over the years. So over the years, Harley Davidson manufactured a lot of different products. So those were not only the motorcycles, and as you will see in here, in this part of the museum, Harley Davidson manufactured boats, scooters, golf carts, snowmobiles, so variety of different products. And this part that you can see in here show some of the examples of the research and development job that Harley did on their bikes in the past. So this is nothing new to Harley, and they were always experimenting with the different designs, and this part of the museum is actually documenting this. And in here still some memorabilia, and this is kind of a little bit extra history in here on the wall that you can read about, and this is part of the entrance to the main hall in here right now. A really interesting story about this motorcycle. It was actually in the container that was dropped into the ocean for a month. The owner from Japan actually requested that they will put it in the Harley Museum after they found the bike. So I'm sure it was a big honor for him to just leave the bike in the museum to show what happened when you put the bike in the ocean water for such a long period of time. In this section, you can see some of the famous bikes over the years. So this one, for example, is the Harley Davidson that was owned by Elvis Presley. And this one is Captain America from the Easy Rider bike. So this is a really significant motorcycle for all of the motorcycle enthusiasts. I'm sure that a lot of us know about Easy Rider movie. This one is the bike from Terminator. So that was a Harley Davidson Fat Boy that we can see in here. And this one was Captain America, which was the latest Avenger movie. So Harley actually modified this bike. It was newer bike, and they just modified it to look pretty old. There is quite a few examples of this customization that people can do to their bike on their own. And on this wall in the background, you will see a lot of accessories that were being offered to Harley Davidson motorcycles. And I think that this is what is setting this company apart, like amount of accessories that you can buy for these bikes and you can truly build something unique and special that you can enjoy. And those are some of the examples of those builds. As you can see, those bikes are heavily modified. And in here we still can see like some of the display of the motorcycles that are somehow special for Harley Davidson. And here is the King Kong, which is the bike that is kind of a monster. It have two different engines and electric start, which was not even available from the factory at the time. So as you can see, this is kind of a little bit of the craziness in here, but it only shows what owners of Harley Davidson can do to their bikes. And here is another example of that. This bike had so many different lights and accessories that it was even hard to kind of catch the details of everything that somebody put on this bike. But I think this is kind of something that set this company apart and allow their owners to kind of get something special from those machines. And here a few more shots of the different bikes that Harley thought it's quite a significant bike for the collection at the time. And those bikes are in their original condition. Some of them have little dings here and there, so they didn't even restore those bikes fully. They just keep them the way they are. And this section was related to modern racing of the Harley Davidson, and you can see different type of bikes that are being built. And of course, lately big deal for Harley Davidson is the off-road after the introduction of the Pan America. So there is this rotating part of the museum that is showing like different exhibits each time you visit, and this one was actually related to the off-road history of Harley Davidson. So this is still a little bit more history of off-roading for Harley Davidson shown in here. And of course Pan America is the newest model that was released by the factory, so they try to always show a little bit more story behind those new designs. And I have to say this is part of the museum that actually show kind of what's going on, latest ideas from the factory, which I always really enjoy to kind of see what they are up to at a specific moment. So here we will actually exit the museum and head down to the motor restaurant that is across the complex. So this called Motor Bar and Restaurant in here. So this is the bar area that is close to the entryway to the restaurant. So normally you can get the drink in here, but it was actually closed. But yeah, you can just sit up there and talk to different bikers when you guys are waiting for your table. And in here is the big logo for the restaurant called the Motor, which was a perfect name, I think.
Time to get some burger in Moto restaurant. I will get the Fat Boy burger. What else can I get, I guess?
Here I thought I will show a few more interior shots from the restaurant. It's really nice, well thought of, and there is like engines around you, and there is a bike as a background of the bar, so really cool. I thought I will show like a few extra shots from the exterior part, and as you can see, a bunch of people taking pictures from their little trip to the museum probably. As you can see, this location is really close to the river, which I thought it's a perfect spot for relaxing and just chilling out after your lunch or dinner, depending on the time of the day. So a really beautiful spot that Harley choose for their location in here that you can enjoy.
So there is a little shop called Shop actually, where you can buy some nice souvenirs from this place, and I thought that I will take you guys in to see what you can buy when you are here. So we are going home. No tak po polsku. No? So we are going home right now. We are about 10 minutes away from the museum. Okay guys, so we have to take some gas in order to get home. And yeah, it is about 60 miles away from our place. So pretty soon we should be home. So we just came back from this little trip to the museum. I really hope that you enjoyed this short video, and of course I couldn't show everything that is in the museum, like all the motorcycles and all the details, but I also tried to make the video compact enough so it's really nice to watch. And I would say if you are only in the Milwaukee area, I will have to say please step by and check it out, because it's definitely a beautiful place to visit. So thank you so much for your time. I always appreciate it, and I'm looking always to bring some value to the watchers of our channel. And please like and subscribe. There is the icon on the right corner of your screen for the subscription, and I'm also on the Instagram, and I also have the Facebook group called the Riders United Motorcycle Group. I always look for engagement with my audience, so please feel free to sign up, and I will be more than happy to answer any comments you may have. And thank you so much guys, and be careful on the road, and hopefully I will see you one time. Thank you, bye bye.